Hello and welcome to episode 1030 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me as always from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
Pretty good. Excited to get this party started.
Excited to get this party started and done.
Show on the road.
Because we're recording late because my internet, there was an internet outage, and I didn't have internet from like 1:30 yesterday to 9 p.m. at night. And so we couldn't record the show. Yeah, it was a hardship. I'm going to tell Xfinity they owe me money or something.
It would be nice if that's how it worked.
It doesn't. That's not how it works, though.
No.
I believe you. I believe you can like apply for some kind of hardship thing with them for credit. But
yeah, I'm sure that goes.
I don't know.
Sure that's really effective.
I don't know if I couldn't record my video game podcast on time is a worthwhile. Is something they would allow.
It's technically a company now.
Well, so that's true.
You could claim
an LLC.
Yeah, you could claim like that. Anyway. Of course, they probably turn around and hit you with like some sort of enterprise subscription. So,
what do you mean? Your address is a business?
Idea. Yeah.
Then we're gonna have to get you on our enterprise plan. Yeah. Anyway, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm
good.
Yeah. Actually,
how's your Monday going? We're recording on a Monday, and we never record.
I'll tell you
on Mondays.
what. So you've seen my property. You were here when I got married. The beginning of that whole situation.
Yes.
So we had last year. My aunt, who lives with us, had a heart attack. She's fine, but her health has gone downhill. I mean, she's in her 70s, and it's just that's a thing. Sure. So we live on like the side of a hill, so a lot of stairs, a lot of uneven walkway, and we really hadn't done much with the property. This property's been in my family for probably 80 years. I mean, I'm pretty sure my grandparents bought this place when my father was born. He was born in 1947. So anyway, hasn't been updated in quite a long time. And so it's like, it's time. We got to do this thing. So I'm actually excited to post some pictures, some before and after pictures, because we've renovated the front of the property. It looks great. It had a couple of like retaining walls that we had to fix and stuff like that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is we put a bunch of new earth down to sort of reprofile the front of the property, but we're still on the side of a hill. And while there is grass, we didn't use sod, we used grass seed, and we've had torrential rain off and on over the last couple of days, and my yard is literally just washing away down the street.
Oh no!
Like it's so bad, like to the point that I think we're going to have to probably spend a little more earth and maybe do a little bit of sod on the edges, because I don't know how else we're going to keep our property from washing away.
Oh, well, damn.
Okay. So that's fun, but
soon you'll be living on a houseboat, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty close. I mean, we live right on the water anyway. I don't think I haven't thought of that. If you don't want to think that the sea levels have been rising, having lived here off and on for 50 years, yeah, they are. They definitely are. So there are places nearby me where there used to be houses that you could not have a house now. It would be partially underwater. So yeah,
I see.
Good times. But anyway, yeah, that's so that was kind of a thing that I was dealing with today. But otherwise, good weekend. Went and saw The Odyssey.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. I don't think I mean, I haven't seen all of Nolan's films. People are just saying, I've heard people say that this is his best film. Mm-hmm. Maybe, but I mean, I'm not trying to sound disappointed. I really enjoyed it. That's a hell of a long story to try to tell in like 3 hours.
That's true.
So yeah, so it felt a little bit rushed in parts, but overall, I really enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah. I've not seen it yet.
You should go see it.
I should. My daughter is a big fan of there's a musical version of the Odyssey apparently that was done on YouTube.
Oh,
like
really?
different creators doing like an animated like a musical animated version of it. And
Okay.
she's become like a huge fan of that. So
That's
she's looking at the Odyssey, the Christopher Nolan movie, through the lens of I'm a fan of this thing that I saw on YouTube, which
sure.
is a little strange, maybe, but
Well, I mean, your daughter's what, 14?
she's 14, yeah.
14? I'm sure she hasn't really been exposed to the Odyssey otherwise.
No.
You
Although
know,
I did I bought her a recent translation of it.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, yeah. The other thing that was kind of funny is we actually, because we wanted to go see it in IMAX, we had to buy the ticket weeks ago.
Oh.
And because we have like, I don't know how many IMAX theaters we have in Nova Scotia, but the one that's near us, I think is the oldest one in Nova Scotia. Anyway, so we went on like 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. And it was so weird. I've never had this happen before. So before the movie starts, the manager of the theater comes in front of everyone just to say thank you so much for coming and seeing this in the theater. Like, this is the way that the director meant for, kind of what you're seeing. We're seeing a lot of trailers like this from Hollywood actors now too.
Sure.
But he kind of pointed out that I forget out of how many X number of IMAX screens there are in the world, there are only something like 70 that still use actual film to project.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of them. This theater that we were in was one of them, which I mean that's pretty cool, I guess. It's kind of neat, but I like in my head I'm like, it's interesting that's being sold as a real plus, but I think it's really just calling out how old this theater is more than anything else. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It's cool. I don't know what it offered over it being digitally projected, but a little bit of flickering.
Sure.
So that was the thing.
Okay.
But yeah, good movie. Good times.
Cool. I'll have to see it sometime.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
How was your weekend?
It was fine.
I don't know. Yeah. That didn't sound fine.
No, it was good. It was good. My daughter was with me this week, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but we played Detroit Become Human.
I saw that on the outline.
Yeah. So, or we haven't finished it, to be clear. We played a little ways into it. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. And yeah, that's about all. Like, it was a good weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Feeling, way to share.
Feeling old, a little bit of a fun health issue maybe coming up again.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I mean, we're old. Speaking of old, Hideo Kojima is 63.
And that's old. The nice thing is about it is I feel like we've accomplished almost as much as he has.
How do you figure? How do you figure?
I don't.
In what world?
I don't know. I feel like I might have played more video games than him. Maybe that's it.
Well, that might be true.
Yeah. Man, they're all getting up there.
On social media, he said, I turned 63. As I get older, the things I have to do and the things I want to do continue to increase. At the same time, the time I have to do them continues to decrease. I constantly need to reassess how I use my time and how I live my life. That said, once you've taken something on, you can't simply put it down and walk away.
Unless it's Death Stranding.
Are you saying that you can put it down and walk away from playing
put it down and walked away from it?
Oh, I see.
But I get it. I get the sentiment.
I do too. But he's still going to be creating games. So yeah, this is that's a milestone. 63. Yeah. That's all. Game creators getting older. And I really wish. Here's what I really wish. I'm sure you have this wish as well, that Kojima would somehow participate in some kind of documentary about Metal Gear.
Yeah, absolutely. Why does he not do that?
Well, I don't think he's in the best of terms with Konami, is what I'm saying. I suppose.
Yeah.
I'd love for there to be like some kind of documentary about the OG Metal Gear,
Yeah.
all that stuff, and then Snatcher, Police Knots, all the things that he's made in the past. Like,
I feel like coming up soon would be a good time for that, considering Metal Gear Solid Collection 2 is
well,
coming very soon.
yeah. I don't know that Kojima wants anything to do with any of that, which
Yeah, that's
it
a
kind
good
of
point.
breaks my heart. It kind of makes me sad. I understand it. Because you've like this. That was sort of, his life's work and whatnot. And then if he didn't feel that it was going in the right direction and he left, I don't know that anybody knows all of the story there.
Yeah, I don't
But
think a lot of that was made public. It's crazy to think that like when we were both working at EGM together, that was right at the time that Metal Gear Solid 2 was coming out.
Yeah.
It was going to be like the biggest thing in the world.
I know.
I remember us running regular articles in Press Start about Metal Gear in the months leading up to it, especially if there was like a new trailer or something out there. It was usually Mark McDonald, right, who would go through and just pick everything apart with a fine-tooth comb. And
Yep.
yeah, it was very cool, man. It was a cool time. It was exciting. It was an exciting time.
It absolutely was.
And the game was so good.
Yeah.
The game lived up to the hype. That was the other big thing. Doesn't always happen, but that one did.
Yes. Agreed. Let's see. It's not Lego.
No.
It's Brick Shop.
Yes, Mattel's Lego equivalent.
Lego equivalent. They're legally distinct equivalent is they're doing a 3,509 piece recreation of the original Xbox, the OG, the very first.
This
Xbox
looks great, but man, is it expensive.
$330.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you in the market for this?
If it wasn't going to be $400 Canadian, I absolutely would.
And of course, it includes some minifigs for Morrowind, Halo, and Psychonauts.
I think it's so ironic that one of the little dioramas they're including is Psychonauts.
It's hilarious, quite honestly.
Somewhere Tim Schafer is just loving that.
I know. I hope they're getting paid.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, though. I'm sure the licensing was all wrapped up before they,
But yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for,
troubles.
I know this isn't Lego, but I'm a sucker for these like Lego recreations of game consoles. I mean, except for the Genesis, but
yeah,
because Lego's releasing their PlayStation in a couple months as well. Their PlayStation set.
Rumored.
No, it's happening.
I mean, it's happening, but they didn't
November
announce it
or
yet.
something. Yeah,
they didn't.
Yes, they have, because they've already announced that Astrobot's going to be the gift with purchase.
No, I don't think they announced that either.
Yeah, there's like brick count out there and everything.
I mean, yes, but it's a leak. It's not an official announcement.
It's as official as it needs to be.
Basically, yeah.
So I would like to get this, and maybe if it's still around in like a few months, I might grab it. But
I am in no way getting this.
Really, I love that they're doing
way.
the Duke controller.
Yeah, that's a nice
touch. Yeah,
yeah.
And I think they're not really showing it in the images in this article that you've got linked, but I'm pretty sure that those dioramas actually fit inside the Xbox itself.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it looks cool, man. I'm like I said, I'm a sucker for these things. So I'd like to get one eventually. Don't know where the hell I'd put it, but especially if it's I think they're saying it's almost a 1-to-1 with the actual Xbox, which
that's crazy.
Was a little chonky. So
it was a chonky console.
It was a chonky boy.
Yep. Let's talk about Horizon Hunter's Gathering, because it's reportedly being reworked after poor testing feedback.
Yeah, boy, reworked. They're stripping out the live service elements. It's a live service game.
I mean,
it's supposed to be a live service game.
It was supposed to be a live service game. Yeah. And whenever anybody talks, whenever I hear people talking about this game, it's like, yes, pull out the live service sucks. Like, pull it all out. I get it, but it's not like some live service games are still successful. Maybe it wouldn't have been this one, but you look at something like Arc Raiders, which, came out of nowhere last year. and was huge. That's a live service game. You look at like Marvel Rivals, which has been big. I mean, it's not like live service games won't do well. I think now it's mostly they won't. Like if you have a
Yeah, but
breakout live service hit, like that is the exception
I feel like
rather than
Sony's
the norm.
getting so gun shy about this now because they just have not had any luck
And they
with live
should.
service, and I think they're so afraid to do it at this point. Like, like Concord being obviously the biggest one, but I mean they've like it says in this article too, like Helldivers 2 is the exception, but Sony didn't make that.
I mean, they funded it.
Yeah, but not quite the same thing as one of their internal studios.
That's right.
Doing this.
It's like any game dev now. I mean, it used to be you could launch a live service and at least, mostly be guaranteed a couple years of great revenue. That's not the case anymore, for sure. The fact that they're reworking it into a cooperative multiplayer game, I think this is only good stuff. Like, do that rework. Maybe you can save some content for like post-launch updates to like bring people back into the story, but to make it something that at launch you can play all the way through and like have a beginning, middle, and end of the quote unquote story, I think that's a much better idea and thought. And also, what game does Sony have that could match something like Monster Hunter? Already you have robotic dinosaurs and stuff in Horizon. Like you'd think that'd be a great hit for like a Monster Hunter like game. Great way to do it.
I mean, that's true. I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, I haven't been following this game at all, so I don't know when it was actually scheduled to be released, like how far along this is, and if they're going to delay it any because of this. Because my concern would be that, you're stripping out what was the main crux of the game.
Yeah. A content treadmill.
Right. So if that was sort of the entire, I don't know, it just feels like creating something that's going to be fulfilling would be rough without at least delaying it. And maybe they are.
Yeah.
I haven't read the article.
I'm pretty sure they are.
But either way,
it's not that it can't be done. I think it's pretty difficult to do it, though. Like,
right. And the thing is like if you're turning it from a live service into a co-op, like a multiplayer co-op campaign, like the financials of that change completely, right? Like the whole point of a live service is you're assuming that you're going to have multiple seasons, and that you're going to invest a certain amount of money in continuous development. But your targets would be obviously monthly revenue that's going to offset all that. And now if what they're changing this into, obviously that's not the revenue model, but they've already spent a lot of money developing what this was going to be. So that makes me wonder, like, will they take the time to get this right, or will they push it out the door? Because sooner or later you've got to say enough's enough. We can't spend any more money on this thing. And I feel like they must be closer to that than not.
Right. Apparently the rumor is that this rework, the decision to rework, happened in June, and they have until December, a December milestone delivery to executives to turn it around.
To wow the executives. That's where I saw that.
Wow the executives.
Right? Yeah, see, that doesn't fill me with confidence either. That to me says you've got one shot or we're just canceling it.
Yeah. It's so tough, though, because you have to look at the finance. I mean, I'm sure the executives are going to be looking at the financials at that point, too.
Well,
like, okay, what do we think this game could do if we sold it for, I don't know, like a one-time purchase? How much do you charge for it? 60, right. 80?
Right. Exactly.
And how much could it possibly make back? And is this a pro or con for the Horizon Zero Dawn brand?
Yep, that's another good point. You don't want to risk damaging that, because that is still a viable brand for Sony, right?
Yeah. The crazy thing to me is just that, on an executive level, you have to be able to kind of see the future and see where this thing could possibly land. I don't know how you do, like, you look at all the data and things, but Then again, some things defy data and go in one way or the other.
Yeah, they
Because
do, but
you
I don't
look at
know that
Helldivers
Sony's
2,
feeling like
Sony
they can
was
do
not
that.
thinking that Helldivers 2 was going to be a success in the
No.
way that it was, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just that's kind of what I was getting at is I feel like Sony's pretty gun shy at this
They
point.
have to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want an internet hate stink on a game that hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that the feedback on the testing wasn't good is
Mhm.
already
That's another strike
bad
against
sign.
it.
That's already
Yeah.
a strike. Yeah. Oh man, I feel sorry for the developers because apparently the entirety of Guerrilla Studios has been working on this and not on the next Horizon game itself.
I always feel sorry for the developers in these situations because it's not like they've been doing something they weren't told to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. Anyway,
they were told. Well, the whole live service initiative, they were told to make games that had that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We still don't know what's happened to Fair Games, which was Jade Raymond's studio.
Right. She left, and that was kind of the last time they talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel so bad for the developers on all this.
Yeah, same here.
Too.
It's not cool. It's not right.
No, it is not. You know what is right though?
What's right?
The Golden Axe television show. Did you watch the trailer for this thing?
The trailer, and all I could think of is that you and Phil. This looks like something you and Phil would love.
It absolutely does. Yeah. It's from people involved in Lower Decks, which is one of my favorite shows, and Rick and Morty as well. So it's already kind of got a good pedigree, and then it seems like they're doing a bunch of meta humor with Golden Axe.
Absolutely.
Being a game and like a video game world, which I'm totally down for that. And some of the gags in the trailer were pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm certainly open to it. This was initially going to be a show on Comedy Central, and then they switched it so that it's on the Paramount Plus streaming service.
Right.
So
I this is like not my thing. Like this kind of show. Like I'm never really watched Rick and Morty. I haven't watched Below Decks, although I hear it is really good.
Lower Decks, not Below Decks. That's a different show entirely.
Below Deck. Yeah, that's actually my daughter and I've been watching Below Deck. Lower Decks. I haven't watched Lower Decks, but I hear it's excellent. But honestly, the fact that this is Golden Axe will probably make me watch this. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to give it a shot because it's Golden Axe. Yeah. So yeah.
So September 16th is when it starts streaming. Who knows when you'll be able to buy it outright? It's on Paramount Plus, which I do not subscribe to.
Yeah, I don't have Paramount Plus either, so I don't know how soon I'll actually see it, but I will put it on my to watch list.
As well, you should. I think I'm going to put it on my list as well. Yeah, because
put on your sequel
list. I think it looks good, to be honest. All right, let's get into what you've been playing. Greg, you're taking that sip of coffee or whatever, tea. Whatever.
I don't drink coffee.
Okay. No, especially not
for coffee.
At this time of night, I hope.
Drinking tea this time of night is not that much better, to be honest, but
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had mentioned last week that I had finished the Breaking Point parts 1, 2, and 3, for the F1 25 game, the F1 series by Codemasters and Electronic Arts, EA Sports. And also what had kind of kicked all that off was that after going to Belgium and taking in the Belgian Grand Prix with a couple of my best friends, I came back. Like I used to play the F1 games every year, like religiously. I would buy the new F1 game and sink a ton of hours into it. They're always such good games. I kind of fell off probably in F1 21, I think. Whatever the first year EA took over was, because it got EA-ified pretty fast. Lots of microtransactions, lots of sort of extraneous crap that didn't really need. But then, of course, I came back thinking, I'm going to play an F1 game again. And they just released the F1 2026 season DLC for F125 because they didn't do a full game this year. They just did DLC. So when I downloaded that, realized, hey, the Breaking Point series is still going. So I went back and played all those. Anyway, all that is to say, I finished Breaking Point. So I've started career mode in F1. EA Sports F125, F1 2026 season pack. Got all that? Make sure you get that right for the show notes. Yeah.
I think I got it.
Get that right for the show notes. And it's good. It's as good as I remember it being. They've fiddled with the driving physics over the years, and I do remember there for a little while the driving physics not being fantastic, but this feels good. A little bit. I think I'm using a little bit more traction control than I used to normally because it's really easy to spin the cars out. But overall, I'm really enjoying it, and where it's kind of nice where I haven't touched like season or career mode in a long time. I do like how they've refined the team management side of things. I don't know how new this is in the grand scheme of things because, like I said, I'm about 5 years lapsed on these games. But I am digging the whole, like the way the career mode and the team management setup works. But I will say my big takeaway about this is, and this happens with yearly updates to sports games fairly frequently, you can really tell, you can almost see the code sort of collapsing under its own weight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you can see it's degrading, right? Like the quality is degrading, and not from a design standpoint, not from a mechanics standpoint. Like on track, the game feels good. I'm really enjoying it. But things like the load times have gotten so long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it actually, it's alarming how long the load times are when you're getting into a race weekend or something. Like it's, and these games traditionally, and I've actually played through a bunch of F121 and F123 before I got to this, and like it's so noticeably worse than those games when it comes to load time. And other little things like commentary being nonsensical and like clearly playing at the wrong times. And the other thing is, like, I love to go watch replays in my racing games. And so watching the replays, they hitch every few seconds. Like the frame rate just hitches constantly. And I have a feeling what the culprit might be is that the game has rewind function, right? So it's like it's recording you kind of sector by sector. Like the tracks are clearly split up into small chunks. So when you hit rewind, I'm guessing it's taking you back like 4 chunks or something like that, right? So I think it's sort of recording that data in discrete pieces for the rewind function, but it's also the data that's probably being used for the replays, which this is all a theory on my part. I have no idea if this is how it works. Okay. But the result of that is that in the replays, it feels like every time you hit one of those new sectors, everything hitches.
No.
Like, so it just turns into this weird stuttery mess. And so
that's a shame.
That's what I'm saying is that it's degrading. The quality is degrading because they're clearly building on old code because they have, a 12-month window to build these games every year. Now, and I put this, actually, I want to call out too that I have a much longer sort of long form review that I posted on my Patreon, patreon.com/Greg Stewart, for followers of my Patreon, which you don't need to pay to get access to. But kind of where I ended up with this is that, like, to be charitable, I like to hope that the reason that they did 2026 DLC as opposed to an entirely new game is that hopefully there's a team within Codemasters that's being given the time and resources to maybe refresh this thing. And I'm sure that publicly that's probably what they've said, right? Mm-hmm. To refresh this game a little bit. I don't know about rebuilding it from the ground up, but, putting it a 24-month cycle instead of a 12-month cycle to just sort of clean this up, right? Rather than keep just piling things on to these older games. I hope that's the case.
I mean, is that the case for any of EA's other sports games?
Well, see, and here's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. The cynic in me
Yeah.
kind of looks at it, and even like the fact that it's EA notwithstanding, but what's recently happened with EA with the private buyout. Because I mean, if you look at not to get too deep into it, but if you look at the details of that sort of Saudi government backed, or Saudi, I think, royal family backed, and a private equity firm backed private buyout, is that it took EA from about $2.2 billion in debt to $20 billion in debt.
Yeah.
Like as happens a lot of the time when private equity firms buy, it's what happened to Toys R Us. They saddle a bunch of debt with the new acquisition, and that's what they've done to Electronic Arts. So I can't believe that the cost-cutting measures they're going to need to implement at Electronic Arts because of that are going to lend themselves to giving a team like Codemasters the time and resources they need to build F127 into something significantly better.
Right.
So that's kind of where I landed when I really sat and thought about it. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope that happy me is right and not cynical me. But yeah, I mean, and all that is to say, the game's still really fun. I'm still really enjoying it. Like on the on-track action, I'm still really enjoying, and I do like how they've changed the career mode. I'm finding myself constantly going back to it. So clearly, there's a lot of good here, but I worry about where the franchise is going to go. So for all those sort of external reasons.
Yeah, if apparently they're going to auction off some IP, and I'm eyeing that Haunting starring Poltergeist.
There you go. That'd be great. Brought to you by Player One Podcast. We could do it,
How amazing would that be?
We know indie developers. We could help. We could start a Kickstarter and raise some funds. I think we know a good developer that might take that on.
I think we do. Yeah. Whether they would want to or not.
The Haunting starring Poltergeist. Player One Podcast presents CJ's Haunting starring Poltergeist. Player One Podcast presents The Haunting starring CJ as Poltergeist.
Yes. I'm liking this idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's make it happen, world.
No, but I mean, you look at EA's catalog, they have a ton of IP they haven't done jack shit with, and it would be amazing if some of that gets auctioned off for people to do something with, like the Strike series would be fun.
Oh my god. Or Road Rash,
Wing Commanders. Didn't somebody I think someone
they own
joked,
Olive Orange's IP. Yep.
Joked that whatever that I don't remember the name of I don't remember the name of the thing that the Wing Commander team is doing now. What's the name of that?
Oh, Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. Yeah, just
apparently
put the Wing Commander IP
player
on it.
Yeah, apparently the single player Star Citizen is again scheduled to come out this year. It's been scheduled to come out this year for like 15 years now.
I know.
What a joke. No, but you're right. It's interesting because where EA's been around so long now, and younger fans, and you don't really need to be that young.
No.
But if you remember them from the 80s and 90s, the fact that they started out as like the home of the artist, you know what I mean? That's why it's called Electronic Arts.
That's right.
Like they actually celebrated the game creators. Like they were all about making the creators rock stars. And it's so interesting to see how that focus on uniqueness and creativity, long before the current buyout happened, eventually transformed into the most corporate thing you could possibly have in video games.
Right.
But yes, because of that, yes, they have a ton of great and through acquisitions of great IP that are just completely dormant.
Yeah.
A few of which we just named, right? Like it would be amazing to see some of that stuff come back to life in some form, but I don't have a lot of faith that it will.
Me neither.
But we could, you're right. We should keep an eye on it because I mean, if the Haunting IP is out there, you got to imagine it'll go cheap.
Yeah, probably.
I got a few bucks they're Canadian dollars, but still.
I got some cash in my wallet. It's not much.
Join our Patreon. Let's make this happen.
Right. What else you got?
The other thing that I played this week. So this game came out a while back and it was on my radar, but I kind of passed over it just because I wasn't sure of the quality. and I don't know, there's probably some other game I was playing at the time. But it's a racing game called Screamer, which Screamer was actually, I think there were two of them on the PC back in the 90s. This, I don't think, has anything to do with those original games outside of sharing the name. I think that whoever's publishing, I know it's being developed by Monster, or it's developed by Monster Games. I don't know if they published it, but whoever's publishing this, I think Milestone, sorry, not Monster, bought the rights to the name, and I think it's supposed to be like a spiritual sequel because they were just arcade style racing games. Yeah. So what I was really interested in with this game is that, and we're watching video here, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, is I think the game looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
The car designs are just jaw dropping. I think they sort of they're going for an anime style, very story heavy arcade racing game. It's a cool idea. I dig it. I really like the idea. I love the way the game looks. And so anyway, there's a trial. There's a free trial out there on well, I played it on PlayStation. It could be on
PlayStation Plus.
On Plus. It's a 2-hour trial. So it's like, this is perfect because again, I don't know much about it outside of the fact that I really love the way it looks. So I downloaded the trial, and it's pretty unique. I think I can't tell if it's meant to be a combat racer or not. I don't really think that it is, although, because they're pretty explicit in like the story mode to begin with, that they prohibit weapons in these races. So I don't think there's really a combat element to it. But the unique part of the control from what I've played so far is that drifting isn't based on lifting and turning hard into a corner or counter steering or braking hard or something like that. It's actually a dual stick racing game. So you have your accelerator on like the right trigger, brake on the left trigger, like you would expect. But then if you want to initiate a drift, you steer with the left thumbstick. If you want to initiate a drift, you actually initiate the drift by turning the right thumbstick right or left. And that kicks out the rear of the car and helps you drift.
Interesting.
And then I think however you do there actually builds up your boost as well. And it's an interesting idea. I don't think it works very well. There's, and even if it does, there's a big learning curve to get around there. And I think the game is all story driven. They're very much guilty of, especially early on, man, there's a ton of talking heads for the first hour of this game. It's all talking heads. And it's like, Jesus, let me drive, please.
I think at one point, either Milestone themselves did it or IGN did like the first hour of Screamer gameplay, and I was watching it because I was interested in this game too because I like arcade racers,
and it looks great. And it really looks great.
It looks absolutely excellent, and I was thrown off by how much talking head scenes there were. I was like, I don't think I'm into this anymore because there's too much talking and not enough driving.
Right. I found myself looking at my clock after a while. It's like, how long have I been playing this? Because I think I've driven a grand total of 5 minutes. Oh. And I think it had been 45 minutes. Like, it's a long time. And the problem there is that there are some animated cutscenes, and I think the animated cutscenes also look fantastic. They really remind me of Dispatch, the way they look, which, I think should tell you something because Dispatch looked amazing.
Yeah.
But there's actually not that many of them. A lot of the exposition is done via text boxes
and
long
character stills, right?
Character stills, exactly. I mean, there's VO on those text boxes too, but you're still just looking at a static screen with a little bit of lip flap and maybe like a character switching between two stances or something like that, right? Like every now and then. And it's just it's so much. It's so much. And then the other thing is that, and actually Breaking Point for F1 did this as well, but it wasn't nearly as irritating. Because they're trying to introduce you to a ton of teams, all of which have 3 drivers, I think, maybe 4 drivers. They keep taking control away from when they finally let you go race for the first little while. They keep taking control away from you because that's how
No.
they're trying to introduce the different characters.
No.
So like you're
Okay.
racing down the course and then suddenly a cutscene starts playing of this other character that's racing against this other character you haven't seen. And now after a minute, like you're in control of them and you race for like 30 seconds and then a cutscene starts. And I'm just like, by the end of it, I'm like, Jesus, I don't think I completed a lap in the first 45 minutes. Like it just didn't let you. And it's just so irritating. I'm sure that gets better, but I have to say, like, this is one of those cases where the free trial, I mean, it cost them a sale because I am so not down with what they're doing. And especially I think in a game where they've got a few play mechanics that are very unique. I got to give Milestone credit for trying something different here, right? Like that's gutsy because they've done a lot of racing games. So I mean, they have a racing pedigree. Got to give them credit for it. I don't think they landed as well as they were hoping. But the other thing is that, like, I'm an hour in and I still don't feel like I've been given the chance to learn these mechanics, and they keep piling them on really fast.
Oh,
and the difficulty curve is too high for it. So it's just got a lot working against it. It desperately needed a balancing pass. It desperately needed to maybe just let the story take a back seat for a little while, and let the player get used to the car and get used to what you want them to do. So yeah, it just, I don't know, man. It kills me. I really, really want to like this game because I even sitting here watching the video you're running in the video version of the podcast, like I just love the way this looks, and the car designs are so inspired. They're so cool looking. And I do love one little thing they did in the story that I want to call out because I think is a cool idea. Excuse me. When the opening cutscene plays, you've got 3 characters that are talking to each other, but one of them is speaking in French. And they don't really explain why. 2 of them are speaking to each other in English, and then one of them just starts speaking French. And but nobody bats an eyelash. Like they don't return. They don't like the dialogue doesn't. They don't respond to this guy in French either. They're just talking to each other, and no one really seems to notice. But what they sort of call out, I don't know, in minute 30 of the story, I don't know how long it takes them to tell you this, is that everyone's wearing like a translation device in one of their ears. Right. So everybody can communicate with one another in whatever their native language is. And of course, you as the player are reading all of the text boxes in whatever language you've got it set to. But it's kind of neat because, then you have a bunch of characters in there, and some of them are speaking like German, and some of them are speaking French, and some are speaking Japanese. And it's kind of a neat touch. I think it's a neat idea.
I think in an arcade racer, I want to race, and I also don't want to read.
It's too deep. Like there's the game is too deep.
There's too much reading in this racing game.
Right.
Like if it was voice acted in English, fine. Like the fact that it's going to basically,
even then it'll be too much.
French, German, Italian, whatever, but I'm going to have to read those subtitles because I'm not going to understand that VO.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
They desperately needed to reduce like the amount of story by half.
At least by half.
And do at least like 75% of it in animated cutscenes.
Yeah.
Because I spent so much time reading a 4-line text box. No, I'm sure they didn't. That's what I'm saying. Reading a 4-line text box and then hitting, X over and over again. And you're absolutely right. I think it's too ambitious for the actual size and budget of this game.
Yeah.
And it kills the game as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure some people would like it, but it killed the game for me. So sayonara, Screamer.
It looks so good.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I wonder what the stats are. I'm sure they have them on how the trial is performed in terms of converting people to purchases.
The fact the trial is out there makes me feel like it probably didn't sell all that well.
That doesn't surprise me because
that's not true.
No?
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, because I believe full price games you have to have a trial. If I remember correctly, the rumor on that was, yeah, if you're over a certain price tag, which I think Screamer is, you have to have a trial.
Interesting. I assume that's if you're like an indie game or something. Because I mean, not all full price games on PlayStation have trials.
That's correct. Yeah, not all of them do.
So either way, well, hopefully that's the case. I mean, again, it's clearly a labor of love. They clearly put a lot of effort into it. It's not for me, but I hope they're successful because,
Well, yeah.
you know.
Well, and you kind of want them to be successful with this because they're doing other racing games too. Like
right.
what this could lead to. I think Hot Wheels Unleashed and that Hot Wheels series is like their most popular thing that they've done.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
but I mean, they've been around forever.
Coming out
they've done
fall.
So many racing games.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I'm playing this week.
Nice. Alrighty.
It is nice.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing a couple of video games as well.
You've come to the right place.
Yeah, I know, right? So I booted up Fortnite.
Oh my God.
Have you heard what they're doing in this season of Fortnite?
No.
Correct.
Because my kids don't play it anymore.
It's a video game season.
Okay.
So they're doing like different homages to video games, including Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is part of the Battle Pass.
I still won't play it, but continue.
But part of the Fortnite Island is Green Hill Zone, and you even can hit like speed bumpers and start going super fast, which is awesome. And I started playing it because Pac-Man was part of the trailer. I wanted to see where Pac-Man was.
Famously part of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, I'm talking video game season. Because they have Mega Man's in there. Pac-Man's
all the Mega Mans?
Not all
the Pac-Mans?
Mega Mans. No, but all the Sonics are in there. Actually, so Sonic is part of the Battle Pass, and then Shadow and Knuckles are in the shop.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was checking the store for Pac-Man. Pac-Man is not available yet, but will be at some point, in which case I will be loading up Fortnite and purchasing that skin.
Nice.
In addition to the many skins that I've purchased and not really played a whole bunch using. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to like just kind of revisit Fortnite every now and again and drop in and explore the island. And it occurred to me over the many years that Fortnite has been around, how much work and design has gone into remaking this island over and over and over again, and having to like incorporate these details, like whether it's a video game season or something else, and how beautiful everything looks, because Fortnite is a beautiful looking game. I'm playing on PS5 mainly, but it's just a beautiful looking game, and all the little details are so much fun. And you think it's a live service game. After this season is over, this video game island that has like little islands that look like Pac-Man ghosts and Pac-Man itself, and the Green Hill Zone and the Tetris area and all of this stuff, like it's just going to go poof away and you'll never be able to experience it again. And all that labor of people creating that world is just like up in smoke. It's gone.
I honestly is one of the things that really bothers me about games as a service, and season packs and stuff like that, because of exactly that.
That you have to be there. It's
right,
FOMO
like
driven.
The FOMO thing bothers me as well, because that sounds cool, but if I want to experience it, I have to experience it on their timeline.
Correct, you do.
And more importantly, what you just said is like, because if you don't, it's gone.
It's gone.
And it will never exist again.
Right. Well, I mean, just like when I played Overwatch back when that came out and loved it and played it for like 6 months straight.
Yeah.
That version of that game is no longer no longer exists. And even Sea of Thieves, like you go back to season 1, or not even when they were doing seasons of that, because it wasn't a live service game initially. You can't play that anymore.
Yep.
Even with their custom seas stuff, I tried removing everything, all of the new season accoutrement, and you can't play it the way it was at the very, very beginning. That's just what video games are. at a certain point, like
Yeah.
Minecraft seems to be the same way. Like a lot of games seem to be the same way, where they were just added on to later, and you can't play them as they were originally. But it struck me as, because a lot of the buildings have, multiple floors and all this stuff, and the things you can interact with, which, by the way, I can never figure out when I go into a new Fortnite season, especially if I've taken a few seasons off, which I had. I don't know what the mechanics are anymore. it's it's like you see a point of interest marker on the map and you go up to it and you're like, oh,
what do I do here?
You've unlocked the torso piece of this virtual person. Okay, what does that mean? I have no idea. I have no freaking idea. But I hear, so the way I play it with the old man settings on, which is the little I forget what they call it, but it's this circle around your character in the middle where it tells you where sounds are coming from. Like if somebody is like coming up on you, you can see a visual representation of footsteps. Or if there's shooting happening over here, you can see a visual representation of shooting in this direction.
Okay.
And I heard a rumor that they're going to remove that for all players. And I was like, if they remove that, I might be done with Fortnite like completely, because I need the old man. Like, yes, tell me exactly where the footsteps are coming from, just so that I can know.
I'm so cold and alone.
I'm
so confused.
When they added that feature, I was like, yes, this is great, because now I can play it with the volume mostly down and like listening to a podcast or something else. And they took it out apparently for competitive events, which I understand, because it gives you a leg up.
Sure.
But if I just want to play casually, please leave that in.
Yeah,
please.
absolutely.
I mean, I could leave Fortnite and be done with it with no problem. But anyway, I was playing as Ash Williams from Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful. And I came upon a Pac-Man tabletop machine in the Fortnite world. It was great.
Nice.
I didn't know what to do with it or interact with it. I think you have to have two players to do anything with it. But it was very cool. Anyway, that's Fortnite. So what do you know about the game 1,000 Times Resist?
Nothing at all. I saw this on your outline, and yeah, I've never heard of it.
So I don't really know much about it either. But I do know that the developers of 1,000 Times Resist recently announced a game called Prove You're Human. And the trailers for Prove You're Human that I've watched were very interesting to me. And this is sort of a developer that seems to be focusing on like a future sci-fi and like how technology influences humanity. And I was very interested in that. I was like, oh, that's cool. And Prove You're Human has a very interesting premise to me. And I always thought in the back of my mind, oh, like 1,000 Times Resist, that has gotten so many positive comments. Like it's won so many awards. So like the buzz on 1,000 Times Resist is off the charts positive. So they announced and then released a Nintendo Switch 2 edition and it was on sale too. So it was like, I don't know, $12. So I picked it up. I was like, Prove You're Human looks really like it's up my alley. So let's buy this and try 1,000 Times Resist. I don't know if this is a game for me. I don't know if this is a game for me.
I feel like I'm rubbing off on you.
The thing about this is it's a game that is beloved by its fan base. And I almost feel like it's very much like Nier Automata. I don't know if you played any Nier Automata.
Yep.
Where the people who love it love it to death. And
if it's not for you, it's really not for you.
If it's not for you, it's really not for you. So I had played Nier Automata, and that game is also not for me at all. Like I just don't get it. 1,000 Times Resist, I'm going to give some more time to it, but I'm not sure it's for me. And I'm sad about that because of all the love that has been dumped on this game. And I'm not sure it's for me.
Okay.
I just don't know. Like it is talky, and maybe
like screamer talky, or
it's narrative over gameplay mechanics at the moment. I believe. Although there's a really cool mechanic where you are playing around. Well, at least at the moment, I'm traveling around the school and I'm able to shift timelines so I can be in the present or a future timeline. And
Okay.
there's puzzles where like it's blocked in the present, so you have to go back or ahead to get past something that's blocking your progression through the school. So it's interesting, but
I
I'm
mean, I
not
like my
sure it's
games
for me.
interesting.
I'm not sure it's for me. I'm not sure it's for me. So I'll
Okay.
continue giving it a try, but I'm just not sure. The other game I've been playing more Splatoon Raiders, hopping on that every day. Usually do uh, uh, you can call for help in that game. So I'm answering calls for help in the game.
CJ
now.
can't not help.
I have reached the level cap in Splatoon Raiders, and you can keep going. This level cap is 50, and it lets you keep going, keep like earning experience points, and it just says level 50 plus whatever level you are actually at. So technically I'm level 55, but the cap is 50. So, but I'm still playing it and still loving it. And finally, Detroit Become Human. So
Yes.
why the hell am I playing Detroit Become Human? It's because my daughter wanted to play it, and it's because
It's a great reason.
she has been watching YouTube videos of people playing Detroit Become Human and kind of doing wacky things in it. Like somebody using a mod to change the character models to the android birds instead of the humanoids and doing crazy things like that. So I was like, I've never played it. I don't think I've ever played a David Cage game. I didn't play Heavy Rain. I didn't play
Really?
Beyond Two Souls. I didn't
Okay.
play. I was always kind of interested in Detroit. Like I think it's an interesting concept and idea. Like the like androids being kind of fighting for their humanity. I think it's an interesting concept. So, we've been playing it and basically have been MST 3K'ing the whole thing. And I think part of it is my daughter also sees it as kind of a ridiculously scripted story. She doesn't know anything about David Cage either, or the lineage with that.
Yeah.
Press X to yell Jason.
Yeah. Jason.
Jason. So there's a lot of that, but and I find the story kind of, I don't know, it's not well written and the dialogue is not good. But for some reason, I find it really strangely compelling. The game.
I remember liking this game.
You remember liking it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I don't have very strong memories of it, but I remember kind of liking all of those David Cage games enough to play through them.
Yeah. And I think the people protesting the androids is very interesting in this AI-filled world we are currently living in, where there are people who are so against AI. I'm like, damn, this could mirror real life in the future.
He was ahead of the curve.
If we have Android helpers and whatnot, like this could be in our future for real, except better written maybe. But I'm enjoying it so far, and there are a lot of cool character actors in it, like Lance Henriksen's in it.
Yep.
Who's the guy? Shit, I don't remember his name now.
I don't remember enough of this game to know.
Clancy Brown.
Oh, good old Clancy Brown of SpongeBob SquarePants fame.
Who's another favorite of mine. Like when he shows up in something, I'm like, yeah, all right.
The Kurgan.
Because he's in Lost. And that was always...
Isn't that what he was in The Highlander?
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
The Highlander, he's in Batman, the animated series. Like a lot of fun.
He's a pretty prolific voice actor.
And in a lot of things. And
for me, it's like I always knew him as the Kurgan. And then he was also in... Do you remember Earth 2?
Yes, I remember Earth 2.
I loved Earth 2.
I believe that was a Canadian production, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? I don't know. But anyway, he was a main character in that show as well. But yes, probably way more work done as a voice actor than anything else. But
probably. But yeah, really, really enjoying it. And now I'm got to be close to halfway through at this point. But yeah, really enjoying it. And that's all I've
Yeah,
been
I mean,
playing.
hey, but you're playing with your daughter, so
I'm playing with my daughter. Yeah,
it'll be a core
she's
memory.
she's helping me with some of the decisions in the game as well because she's watched this game being played. So before we even started playing, she had this line that she would always just say. She would say, "I'm Connor. I like dogs. I'm Connor.
Okay.
I like dogs." I was like, "What is this from?" Like, and is this even a line from the game? And we got to the point
Oh my god.
where this was a thing, and she's like, "Okay, now you should make this selection, because you need the dog line. You need to investigate this part." And then it wasn't even as funny as the way that she was saying it. I was more entertained by her impression than the line in the game.
That's
Anyway,
awesome.
which was great. So yeah, I'm loving playing Detroit Become Human with my daughter. I don't think I would enjoy it as much if I wasn't playing with her and if we weren't making fun of the game. And sometimes I make ridiculous decisions just to see what's going to happen in the game. There's this one scene where you as an android are holding up a convenience store. And
I vaguely remember this.
Instead of de-escalating the situation, I just kept escalating further and further and further just to see what would happen. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was fun. It's fun. All right. That is what you've been playing. It means it's time to head to bluer skies.
I want to fly sky high. Let's go. Is it go or roll?
Go.
Let's roll together.
Is it roll?
There. I don't know.
You don't even know?
Why would I know?
Well, you sing the bit every week.
I do not. I've never sang that line.
Oh, no? Okay.
No.
Well, that's too bad. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias. Whoa, is that Mars? Who says, "What's the fastest you've gone from extremely hyped for a game to loading it up for the first time and putting it down for good?"
The fastest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I mean, I'm sure if I went further back in time, I could find something real fast. But I'll tell you what, I didn't play a lot of Metroid Prime 4. I was over that game quick.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yep.
I feel bad about that game.
Me too.
So much potential. Yeah.
I was so excited for it. Although, you know what? As I think about that, I wonder why I was so excited for it. Because somehow the memory of Metroid Prime has carried me to buy multiple sequels that I didn't like. I didn't like Echoes. I didn't like 3. I didn't like 4. I loved the Metroid Prime remake. But that was it. I've never liked a Metroid Prime sequel. I really adored the first game, and I loved playing it again when it was remade. But 2, 3, and 4, nope, got nothing. I don't know why I even bothered. I think I just keep expecting that it's going to recapture the magic of the first game again, and they failed to do it in 3 attempts now. So, yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Okay. For me, when the PS4 came out, I bought a couple of games. One was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I love.
Which you clearly didn't put down right away.
Clearly didn't put that one down. But I also picked up Killzone Shadowfall.
I remember Killzone. I didn't play very much of that either.
So, and at this point, this is after the point when I was all digital. So in 2013, before the PS4 came out, I switched to being all digital. So no physical after that. For the PS4 generation, I didn't buy anything physically. And so I bought Killzone Shadowfall, and the game gave me motion sickness.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So I couldn't physically play. So I was hyped for it. I'd watched all the trailers and presentations and all this stuff, and I was hyped to try it. Could not play more than 15 minutes.
That
of it
sucks.
before like you need to put it down. And of course, on the PlayStation Store, they don't do digital refunds.
No.
So basically, just burned that money
Lame.
right away. Ugh. So now I'm even back then, I was very hesitant to buy first person games in case
Yeah, I mean, that would
they
suck
would give me motion sickness.
because it's not even about whether you think it's a good game or not. It's
No.
just a total crapshoot.
Yeah, total crapshoot. And if it doesn't have, which this did not have options for like changing the field of view or adding motion sickness like dot in the middle of the screen, those are things that can improve this, and that does not have that. So, which a lot of games don't have that. Like anything that Arcane makes, I can't play because I know whatever engine they're using, whatever thing they've got, I can't do it because they don't have the settings, and I'm definitely going to throw up within 15 minutes.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other one there is Resogun. You remember the hype on Resogun? Housemarque's game for PS4?
I definitely got over that one real fast as well.
I just I was hyped for it because people are like, oh man, this is going to be like Geometry Wars all over again. People are going to rush for high scores. It's going to be great. And I played it and I was like, this is not anything to me. And I had to stop playing it.
Yep. I wasn't a fan either.
So yeah, about 15 minutes for both of those games. Those games. Maybe. Whoops.
Oh God.
Alrighty, let's do this one from listener Anna, who says, out of all the games that have released outside of the States and have never had a US release, what game do you pine for most to get a remaster, redo, remake over here? For me, it's Terranigma on the Super Nintendo, which, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, Clear River Games has announced a version of Terranigma. I think it's not like a port. I think they're doing some kind of remaster redo of Terranigma, which is, of course, is like a Squaresoft released RPG that came out in Japan and Europe, but did not come out in the US. And it's like a game that people really like. So that will finally get an English release, which is fantastic news. So Anna, you got your wish.
Yeah, and that's a good choice.
Yeah, that is a good choice
for sure.
But what about you? What do you think?
Wow.
My answer is Vibribbon. I would love that game to get even more of a. I don't even think you can play it on PS5 anymore. I think they did release it on PS4, but I'd like to play that again.
I would love to see Shining Force 3 parts 1, 2, and 3 officially translated and remade and re-released on modern consoles. Because, Shining Force 3 on the Saturn was released in 3 different scenarios, and only the first one ever came here. And it came here right at the tail end of the Saturn's life in North America. So the second and third were never officially translated. They've been fan translated now, but there was no official way to buy those in English ever, and it's a real shame because like many games they're just locked on the Saturn now.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what I would like to see, just because the Shining Force, especially back then, the Shining Force series was fantastic. They were great games, and I've never experienced those. I plan on it, playing through the Shining games on Twitch. I'm currently playing through Shining Wisdom, so I'm actually a couple of games away from getting into the Shining Force 3. But I'm planning on playing all 3 scenarios thanks to those fan translations. But I'd love to see, just in general, I'd love to see those games come back. But that one in particular, just because we never got it.
True. I thought of another answer, Tokimeki Memorial.
Oh, yeah.
Like back in the late 90s, I was a Tokimeki Memorial stan. I owned the Japanese version on PS1. And for those who don't know, it's Konami's dating simulator. It's a very popular game in Japan, was never translated into English. and they made a number of sequels for it in Japan. It originally came out on the Super Famicom, then it came out on the PC Engine, then PlayStation. Like it, they kept iterating on it. And
Yep.
the PS1 game, I think, is generally recognized as the canonical Tokimeki Memorial game. And Tim Rogers did a 4 or 5 hour video on Tokimeki Memorial, which I watched all of, and it's great. It's a great video. And yeah, I wish that game would come out. And they did a collection. Konami did a collection in for Steam, and I think it came out on other platforms as well, but only in Japan. They have done this now a number of times, where I believe the Goemon collection is the same way, where it's only in Japan. But they should totally spend the time to do that. And I know there are like English translation patches for Tokimeki Memorial, but I just really don't want to like bother with any of that. Like, I'd rather see an official translation. That would be great. But it's like a high school dating simulator. You're a high school guy and you run into, I don't know, like a half dozen or maybe more other female students, and you have to like juggle them. And then at the end of the game, you get an admission of a love, and you like write your initials on a tree or something like that. That's the goal of the game. I'd love to see that translated and actually like brought to the US, because I think it would be really popular now, because visual novels are very popular now. That kind of genre is not like so foreign to the US market anymore. I believe it do pretty well. But anyway.
One more that I want to call out, just because I want to stay on brand here.
Do it.
And this will never happen. But the Gran Turismo series, for a very short time, there was a group of games called Gran Turismo Concept.
Yes.
Which were small versions of the game that were based on I think different car shows. There was 2001 Tokyo, which was the Tokyo Motor Show 2001 concept cars. There was 2002 Tokyo Seoul, and there was 2002 Tokyo Geneva. And they featured generally concept cars that were shown at those shows, licensed. And I believe further than that, there were a few different one-off that were car-centric. And actually, I think one of them did come here, the Nissan 350Z edition. But anyway, they never came here officially. I actually have the imports of them, but I would love to see some way to play those legitimately. Yeah. Again, it'll never happen because there are car licenses involved, especially where there were concept cars. But it's a shame because it never, it's just you can't get the full Gran Turismo series in North America because of that.
That's true.
Yep.
Very true. All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Egfu Young, who says, if I gave you each 5 points that you could go back and add to any EGM reviews you wrote to fix the scores to more accurately reflect your current thoughts on the games, where would you put the points? You can add all 5 to one review or spread them out.
Well, I'm going to go to the EGM archive because I don't have nearly as long a list as you do.
Are you saying I have a long list of reviews?
Yes.
That I need to...
Not reviews. No, not reviews that you regret. Just you have a much longer list of reviews than I do because you were doing this a lot longer. I would say probably the first one that comes to mind that I probably would be a little bit nicer to is Gitaru Man.
Yes, me too. That's the first one I thought of.
I think. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't give any points to Chrono Cross.
Wow.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I gave Gitaru Man a 7. You gave it a 6.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'd probably give that 2 more points.
I'd give it 2 more points too. Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find something else. I reviewed some good games.
Can I take points away from games and then put them in the
What would you want to take them away from?
Well, of course, not Animal Crossing. Star Fox Adventures.
You know what? I think is this is a good exercise. We should do this for next week. We should actually take the time to find reviews that we would add these points to, and or if we want to throw in a couple that we want to take points away from.
Oh,
and
you want to do 5 and 5?
Let's do 5 and 5. Yep, we'll do it next week. 5. Yep, that's a good question, Egg Foo Young.
We're gonna do this.
We're gonna turn that into a thing next week.
That's right.
Because again, thanks to the EGM archive, we have access to the list of the reviews we wrote.
That's right.
Easy access.
Pretty much. Yeah. Let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Jonathan Mitchell. That's not a hacker alias. That's a name. Jonathan.
That's a name.
Says, I just started my 3-year-old on NES. He's enjoying Mario 1 and Excite Bike. Most games are too hard. I'm taking recommendations.
First of all, you're starting with some great games.
First of all, Jonathan, don't torture your children by making them play games in the exact order that you did as a child. That is a really good point, and I don't want to assume that that's what Jonathan is doing. Right. I don't want to.
But I know some people
either.
feel that way. Some people do feel that way, and I agree. That is absolutely not the right thing to do. If you're just exposing your little one to games that you loved, that's a little bit different.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely wouldn't suggest making them, because I read that online so much from quote unquote true gamers. It's like, I'm going to raise them right and they're going to play the classics. It's like, no kid wants to do that. I shouldn't say that. Most kids don't want to do that. They want to create their own memories. Now, the way you can get around that is by playing some of those classics with them, because then you're creating memories of them playing games with their dad or mom.
Yes.
That's a great idea. But let them play their own things.
Yes.
That being said, those are a couple great games.
Yeah.
I played so much Excite Bike when I was a kid.
It's kind of a shame the Game Genie doesn't exist, because you could just put any game with unlimited health and you could have them play games that are quote unquote too hard and just allow them to kind of walk through that. Actually, that was my answer for I think a tweet that I sent you during Carly Veloci's episode, or like a retro game, like what would allow you to replay old games, like what innovation or whatever. I'm kind of thinking something like a Game Genie that could be applied to any game. Like, what if on NSO you could select from a list of things you wanted unlimited health, or
that would be that would be nice.
Those things that were on the Game Genie that everybody wanted, you could play that way. It'd be like, oh yeah, I would go back to so many games without having to worry then about save states or anything. Yeah.
I'm trying to think here. The original question, a 3-year-old, man, that's young.
That is also very young.
I would say like
Double Dragon.
No. I was going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. Yeah.
Right. And it's pretty straightforward. It's not super easy, but it's not super difficult either. At least not at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just sort of sifting through a list here. But yeah,
get them on. Get them on Tetris, because
Tetris,
NES Tetris,
like in the baseball and sort of those original Black Label games were pretty straightforward.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing Donkey Kong in the arcade when I was.
Ooh, Donkey Kong. That's a good one.
Like 5 or something. Have you introduced your child to Super Mario Brothers yet? Because going from Mario Brothers 1 to Super Mario Brothers is like, hold on, kid.
Oh, I assumed that's what he was talking about, was Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, I did not. I did not.
Yeah, when he said Mario 1, I think that's what he meant.
Mario 1, I thought it was Mario Brothers.
No.
Okay.
But hey, go to, Mario 2.
Mario 2, yeah. Mario 2. Super Mario USA.
No. Yes, that one. Sorry, that's the one, yes. I thought you were thinking of the original levels. Mario 2. Yeah, no, screw that. No.
Don't do
way too hard.
Definitely don't do the lost levels.
Game's really just not good. That's not a good game.
Yeah. But what you could do, and what I did when my daughter was young, was I would make levels in Super Mario Maker on the Wii U.
Oh,
when that was a thing.
Yeah.
And then hand her the control. I would make levels for her and then hand her the controller and she could play that. That was fun. And we would make levels together too. That was also fun. So Super Mario Maker on the Switch, you should look into that because that's a fun way to play games together. But don't just let your 3-year-old play the NES. Just please introduce them to modern games as well.
I mean, introduce them to the Genesis. Let's be honest.
No, you can skip that generation. What Genesis games would you say that they could play? Toe Jam and Earl? You could probably play Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, Toe Jam and Earl would be good, especially again, that's a co-op game. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, it's pretty easy to play. You get a 3-year-old would get something out of that.
Run to the right.
Yeah, shut up.
Rings. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I love Sonic the Hedgehog.
You're totally saying it's a bad game.
I am not.
You're the worst.
Do you remember what year was that? There was that old debate whether Sonic the Hedgehog was a good game or not. Do you remember that?
Yeah. What year was that? Every year I worked with Mark McDonald. That's what year that was. Do you remember?
No, you remember I think you got called out by somebody on Twitter, didn't you? It was like, okay, boomer. Like somebody replied to you in a way that
it was a games journalist.
The games journalist, yeah.
What was her name?
I don't remember her name. But she's
very
still
famous.
I
can't believe we don't
still
remember
in the
her.
industry.
Yeah. She's very famous. I can't believe we don't remember her name. No, but do you remember? So what was is issue 150, the Too Many Games issue? That's where we did the top 100. We did the new top 100, right? I believe. If you remember, and the reason I remember this is because the guys over at Fun Factor went over this issue in a semi-recent episode. But we, at the bottom of most of those pages, we had our own personal top fives. And Mark McDonald burned one of his top 5 to talk about how much he hated Sonic.
That's amazing.
That was the worst. The absolute worst.
I liked Sonic.
I liked Sonic too. I mean, also, I liked Sonic 2 as well, but
I finished Sonic 1, 2, 3 CD, and that was it. That's where canonically I believe the series stopped for me.
I finished Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
I guess I finished those. I finished Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, but I didn't enjoy them as much as the 16-bit Sonics.
No, that series peaked on the Genesis. Well, I mean, Sonic Mania was good.
Mania is great. But anyway.
I'm trying to find this Mark McDonald thing real quick. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I'm in the issue.
He burned one of his top 5s.
There it is. I need to share screen here.
Okay. Can you do it?
Yep.
Okay. Do it.
Can you see that?
No.
You can't? It shows me sharing the screen.
I mean, I can see it. No, I can see that. I can't read.
I don't know how to. I can.
There we go.
So at the bottom of the pages, we had our own personal top 5s.
Oh.
And he had Magician Lord for the Neo Geo, Nam 1975 for the Neo Geo, Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo, and the next game is Sonic is Overrated by You Know It's True.
That's good. That's so good.
What a dick.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @p1podcast.com on the Blue Skies. That's where we are most prolific on social media. Or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. It's new, and you can get our contact information there, as well as check out all of our bonus content, all the after shows that we've done over these many years. And you'll also find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about in this here episode, as well as a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on youtube.com/P1 podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Just follow the Blue Sky account to find out when we're doing our next live show, typically every Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. Pacific.
That's right.
10:30 p.m. Atlantic. 11 p.m. Newfoundland. So join us, won't you? Sorry, it's puberty. And if you like what you heard, and how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. It helps us keep the lights on. It's going to help us buy the rights to The Haunting starring Poltergeist.
No, it's not. No, it's
We're
not.
going to make this happen. Oh, this is a thing now. This is a thing I want to do.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
It's not going to happen.
And if you are a subscriber of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain special access to a weekly bonus episode. We record it live right after this, where we play games, crack wise, do all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ, do we have a game this week?
Well, Greg, I regret to inform you that we do have a game this week. Yes.
Well, then let's hurry this up, because I got to work in the morning.
You'll have to stay up a little bit longer. It is a Jeopardy game from our good friend, Phallic Metaphor.
Oh, no.
This one's apparently an apology Jeopardy for
an apology for how much we suck and how terrible our memories are.
How terrible our memory was in the last one. Oh my god.
We did a Halo. That. It was Halo. No, it wasn't Halo.
It was Xbox 360.
Xbox 360 based quiz last week, and boy, did we do terribly.
We did terribly.
It was bad.
Worse
it was
than
one of
I
our
thought.
worst. Yeah.
It was very bad. Apparently, our memory is not good for Xbox 360.
Well, I mean, I do have one foot in the grave, so.
And me too.
Anyway, if you have a few bucks
in the grave
left over, please consider supporting me as well on patreon.com/Greg Stewart. $3 a month.
Also cheap.
Gets you early access to any video that I post. Currently quite far along on 3 different video projects, so hopefully something's coming soon. We're going to find out.
Yep.
I appreciate all your support. CJ, thank you so much for hosting this week.
Thank you, Greg, for moving our recording time so that I could join you during this episode.
I wouldn't give up an opportunity to talk with you for an hour and a half.
Well, I wouldn't give up an opportunity to talk with you for an hour and a half.
Oh, you. And thank you, dear listeners, for tuning in. We appreciate you showing up week after week and listening to whatever this is. And we hope to see you all again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.